I think Qualcomm deserves a little bit of the, I'll call it blame, for being caught up. They were very quick to raise their hand, go surreptitiously to CFIUS, and attempt to block the Broadcom merger on national security grounds. And if you go back, Qualcomm, the predecessor to Qualcomm, Linkabit, their very first customer in 1965 was NASA, and then DARPA. This is a company with very close connections with the U.S. government, and I think they're raising the hand on the Broadcom deal alerted the Chinese authorities or brought that to the fore.
So you're saying this is the downside of the national champion label. If they start to look too national, then China says, hey, wait a minute, we don't need to be helping you with anything.
That's exactly right, and I think shareholders know that, and now they're going to have some really tough questions because, look, go all the way back to 2011. We were coming out of the financial crisis. The S&P was at 1,300. And Qualcomm was more or less at kind of $60 a share. 7 years later, the S&P has doubled. Broadcom has increased 650%, and Qualcomm is more or less at $60 a share. And they had an opportunity with Broadcom to sell out for $82. They raised their hand, said, no, this is bad for national security. And I think shareholders are going to say, okay, we understand, we are where we are, but what are we going to do to really drive growth and drive value in this company?
So does this impact deal volume? Does it impact pricing? Does it impact spreads once there is a deal announced? How's this going to play out?
I think it'll be interesting to watch. You know, I listened closely to Secretary of Treasury Mnuchin, and I liked his measured response to the question of, hey, are you going to kind of counterattack? Are you going to look for opportunities to get even? And I didn't hear that in his tone, and I think that would be appropriate because I'm a bit empathetic with the Chinese on this one because I do think Qualcomm really held themselves out as, hey, we are a national champion. What we're doing is very important for security. And then they turned around and said, hey, we have this transformative deal that has more than half of its revenue in China. Please approve it and approve it on our deadline. I'm hopeful this doesn't start an even broader or continue an even broader conflagration, and instead that this is very much a one-off.
Well, the real question for me, and probably for many investors, should be, does this filter through into how 5G gets implemented? Because that is Qualcomm's story now, saying, hey, don't worry about NXP. By the way, we've accelerated the 5G deployment. Our technology is in there. The margins are going to be good. Everybody who was in Snapdragon 800 is going to be rolling out a 5G handset in 2019. If China continues to look at Qualcomm beyond M&A as being some sort of representative of the U.S., do they shut down 5G revenue opportunities for Qualcomm going forward?
It's a great question. And does China somehow interfere with the collaboration with Huawei on 5G? And these are the questions shareholders are asking. And look, Hock Tan, who's the best operator in the space and maybe the best operator in America, came in with an acquisition offer, and they said, no, trust us. We're going to execute just as good or better than he and his management team would, and now's the opportunity. They're going to have some runway here for a year to show that their plans are going to bear fruit.
Should ZTE be seen as goodwill, and why didn't that pay off more? Should it matter?
I truly believe that, and this is from conversations with people around the periphery, including some major players. I believe that the Qualcomm kind of Broadcom, the way that deal broke up is more what led to, you know, no deal as of midnight last night. And my hope is that there isn't a tit for tat. And ZT, you know, that Marco Rubio put out a tweet this morning. Let's now go back and change the situation at ZT. I don't want to see escalation. I'm concerned that may happen.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.